guys, so today me and my sibling here are going to be discussing warrior cats. The question is, do you think Bluestar was a good leader? Just kind of discussing her character. He's a new warrior cats fan, so we're working on kind of basic questions. He's only read like the first arc with the graphic novels.
I read other books.
Yeah, but he's read some of the graphic novels. Like the Arc 1 and sometimes like Gray Stripes Adventure, like a few other graphic novels, Rise of Scourge, but still, we're working on pretty basic questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, should I start us off or you?
You start us off.
Alright, so personally, I think Bluestar honestly should have retired to the Elder's Den before her paranoia kind of escalated. Like, she gave Brightheart a cruel name that kind of just resembled her injury and nothing else. She didn't make Swiftpaw warrior for a while and focused more on Cloudtail because he just said once after a battle at Sunning Rocks that there were no Starkland warriors on the warrior's side, and that's just kind of like bad leader vibes. Like, it's not that she was a bad cat, it's just that she wasn't a great leader.
Okay, I do have a rebuttal. Okay, so, my point of view, anyone would have cracked under all this pressure. The time, late Bluestar leadership was a very hard time for all the clans. Especially because Tiger Star was doing very bad things.
Yeah, okay, I will admit I'm kind of mad at StarClan for making Tiger Star leader. I didn't see what were they trying to do.
They were probably kind of just, new leader, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and,
I don't know, that doesn't sound like StarClan, but, okay, let's get back to the point! Okay, so, also, I think that Bluestar was a great leader and that she died valiantly. She redeemed herself even if she was kind of a bad leader.
Yes, okay, I want to add on to you. She did die with the loyalty of saving her deputy from dogs and her whole clan, but I wouldn't say she was a great leader. Maybe she was decent, and some of her times as her paranoia grew, she started to become more and more insane, and she lost not her faith in StarClan too much. I mean, she did, but she also lost her faith in her entire clan, and yet she kept leading. In fact, she said that the whole clan was traitors. She just said that. So I know she cracked under pressure, but then why didn't she retire? Why didn't she step down? Because Fireheart was obviously would have been a much greater leader.
Okay, speaking of Firestar, without Bluestar seeing the fact that they needed more warriors, guess who would have remained a kitty pet? Firestar.
Yes, but that was when Bluestar was not in her paranoia and she was more regular, and she believed in StarClan still. She had faith in them. She had faith in her clan. She was a way better leader back then, but then she just kept growing with her paranoia and became more and more cruel.
Okay, let me just say that compared to a lot of leaders, she is quite good.
Okay, I see what you're saying. There's definitely not exactly evil. She wasn't evil. I'm not saying she's a bad cat. I'm saying I feel like some of her decisions were not well chosen. They were ill-conceived, and she was basically up to causing random bloodshed with WindClan, even though they also suffered from prey loss on their own territory. She just threw it at them because they ate rabbits.
Okay, another thing. Okay. I think even Firestar definitely would have had issues during this much pressure. Because you have your deputy being a traitor and also trying to kill you.
Then he becomes
You've got
a leader.
Conflicts with other clans. You've got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but that's the responsibility a leader has to carry to be able to manage.
Firestar definitely would have had a lot of issues. I'm just saying.
But he didn't.
If we're talking like younger Firestar, when he's just become leader, like I would just say old leaders and really young leaders, those are not going to be as good as these more middle-aged leaders. Some of them are inexperienced, some of them are just burnt out. Bluestar, she was being just destroyed by everything, basically. Everything was against her. If you were a leader, you would have acted rashly in her boots.
Yeah, so I do understand that she was under a lot of pressure. She had a lot of stress. But that doesn't. So we're talking about, is she a good leader now or not? What makes her a good leader? What makes her a responsible leader?
Well, first of all, she doesn't just go around and completely just never accepting any rogues, because that definitely is good. Because we saw that rogues can be very helpful for a clan with Yellowfang and Firestar. So she's not just absolutely just full defense against everything.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you there. Okay, yeah, I know she's not defensive of everything, but she did really grow into that. My clan is full of traitors. I don't care. She even didn't care if Grey Stripe joined or not, causing a lot of confusion in the clan. And also, I want to add on to that, she gave Brightheart a very cruel name just regarding her injury, even when Cloudtail pointed out that it was cruel. Didn't make Swiftpaw a warrior, and Cloudtail actually got to become a warrior first, and then Swiftpaw died trying to prove himself. And then, plus onto that, even though I know she did die saving her clan from dogs, but she made a lot of horrible decisions as a leader. Like, okay, I know, yes, but, okay, Firestar kind of also proved himself to possibly be capable by fighting Grey Stripe, aka Grey Paw at the time, well, and standing his ground. Plus, he was also looking for hunting. And adding just onto that, I can keep going. I mean, what was I gonna say? Sorry. He seemed really understanding. Like, hey, sorry, but may I join your clan when Bluestar asked. So, and then Cloudtail was a kitty pit. That was because he was basically Firestar's kin, and they need more warriors. And who else did you talk about that was a rogue? Yellowfang? Yeah, but she was kept as a prisoner until she was actually proven loyal. So she's
not really a prisoner.
She was technically, a prisoner.
Technically, but was she really treated like a prisoner?
She wasn't exactly treated like a, but she didn't have any role in the clan.
You don't need a role in the clan to not be a prisoner.
Yeah, but then she grew loyal and Bluestar trusted her.
Yeah. Also, this isn't really specifically about Bluestar's leadership, but people hate her way too much. Like, she was an okay leader. She wasn't a bad leader.
She was a bad leader at the end. She was a great leader at the start.
Yeah.
But then she flew down. She didn't retire. She was getting kind of cruel. She was making some really bad decisions.
Yeah, but what I'm really saying is that do all these positives outweigh her negatives?
Her positive start when she was a leader under Firepaw, but when Firepaw became Fireheart, things kind of started to change and her paranoia grew after Tiger Claw betrayed her. So what?
Even before Firepaw, she was definitely a knowing and responsible leader. She knew that she couldn't let Thistleclaw become deputy.
That was also because, you don't know this part yet, but Goosefeather told her he was a medicine cat and he had
I know.
prophecy.
I read part of that.
Alright. And,
what I'm saying is that she knew that she didn't want a cruel, unjust leader to rule. Not a lot of cats can stand up to that. Example, like every Shadow Clan leader for like
Hold
the
up,
first
Kurt.
3 books.
I'm going to pause you there real quick. Yes, I'm saying she was a good leader at one point, but then she became a not good
She
leader.
was okay. What I'm saying is she was a good leader for way longer than she was a bad leader.
I know.
And she didn't really affect the clan for a long, long time with her negatives.
Yes, because a better leader came in, Firestar, and he saved the clans.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that none of her negatives, like, truly just absolutely broke the clan. She did a lot of good stuff. And she was a very fair leader up until that just one time.
So
and it was for a very short time anyway.
Alright, I'm going to ask you a question. Yeah. So, after she was a good leader and her paranoia got over her, do you think she was a good leader still then when she had a bunch of paranoia?
I think that she wasn't a good leader then, but she had definitely been a good leader for a long, long time.
Yes, okay, I can agree with you with that.
I personally think all those benefits from all this stuff she did, and she's brave enough to do stuff that no other cat would, like stand up to cruelty with Thistleclaw, and, give up her children,
Well, another thing she did technically break the word code because she did meet with Oakheart, but that was when she was very young and naive, and she wasn't leader then. So I'm not going to call her out for that.
And basically every major cat's broken the warrior code at least once.
Well, yes.
Yellowfang. Everyone loves her. Broke the warrior code.
Yes, but then she felt sorry for it and got practically punished for it by her kid being so evil and cruel to her, and she got exiled from her clan. And, okay.
Bluestar definitely paid for it, too.
Yeah, I know.
She gave up.
So, I think we can agree on one point, that Bluestar was a great leader at one point, but then she became a bad leader.
Yes. But now we just gotta figure out whether her benefits outweigh her negatives.
Well, it's kind of with the timeline. Like, it depends. She was super negative when she had all that paranoia, but when she didn't, she was a way better leader
than a lot of people who were leaders. Not people. You know what I mean. A lot of leaders were not as good as her.
We've been on for this for 13 minutes. Wow. So,
okay. In my personal opinion, I think she was better than a lot of leaders. Even, some of the leaders who weren't that bad.
Like which ones? Crooked Star was a really good leader. He didn't have any paranoia.
Yeah, I just think that she was very fair when she wasn't kind of losing her marbles.
Yes, so can we finally agree at the end of this video that she was a really good leader at one time, but then she became a little less good and became decentish, baddish,
Well, that's just our debate. Let's let the viewers decide.
Comment down below. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.